Happy Passover, everyone. Chag Sameach. It is wonderful to be able to celebrate Passover even in the midst of everything that is going on, and I'm happy to share this Seder with you. We're going to begin in our Haggadah on page 1 with blessing the candles and our first cup of wine or juice. Let's say the blessing over the candles together. All right, let's say them together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who has made us holy with your mitzvot, your commandments, and has commanded us to kindle the Passover lights. Amen. We're going to continue to the top of page 2 for our Shehechiyanu blessing, our blessing thanking God for helping us make it to this day and this season and this holiday of Passover. Let's say it together. Top of page 2. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. We now have our first cup of wine or juice. Join me in saying the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim, to life. We continue to page 3, where we have the karpas. This time, I'm using parsley. The karpas represents spring and new growth, rebirth and new opportunity. We taste in this fresh vegetable all of the potential in nature and in ourselves. Tonight we are celebrating growth and the flowering of our spirit and our voices. We do not taste this vegetable alone. We dip it into salt water, recalling the tears of our ancestors that they shed during their long years of slavery in Egypt. We mix the sweetness with the bitterness, slavery with freedom, past with future. We know that we live in a world of contrasts, where we mix on every single day moments of joy and sorrow, of pain and comfort, of despair and hope. So we're going to take our parsley, we're going to dip it in the salt water. Yours is probably already dipped. And then we're going to say the blessing together, and then we're going to enjoy our karpas, our green vegetable. The blessing is on the bottom of page 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri ha'adamah. My water is very salty. Ooh. All right. We're going to continue to page 4 with the Fir Kasha, the 4 questions. Now, traditionally, The youngest at the Seder says the 4 questions. Though at Lionsgate, we also say the youngest at heart can say the 4 questions. As I'm by myself, it falls to me. So I'm going to sing in the Hebrew, and I invite you to sing with me, and then I'll read the questions in English. We're on page 4 of our Haggadah. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol haleilot, mikol haleilot, shebechol haleilot anu ochlin chametz umatzah, chametz umatzah. Halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Shebechol halelot anu ochlin she'ar yerakot, she'ar yerakot. Halayla hazeh, maror, maror. Halayla hazeh, maror, maror. Shebechol halelot ein anu matbilin, afilu pa'am echad, afilu pa'am echad. Halayla hazeh, sheteh pe'amim. Halayla hazeh, sheteh pe'amim. Shebechol halelot anu ochlin ben yoshvinu ben mesubin, ben yoshvinu ben mesubin. Halayla hazeh, kulan mesubin. Halayla hazeh, kulan mesubin. Join with me on page 5, reading the English to the 4 questions. Why is this night different from all other nights? On all other nights, we eat leavened bread or matzah. On this night, we eat only matzah. On all other nights, we eat various kinds of vegetables. On this night, we eat maror, a bitter vegetable. On all other nights, we do not dip even once. On this night, we dip twice. On all other nights, we eat sitting up or reclining. On this night, we all recline. We continue on the bottom of page 5. Tradition teaches that there are 4 types of children or people who need to learn the story of the Exodus and of the traditions of the Seder. These are the wise child or person, the wicked child or person, the simple child or person, and the child or person who does not know enough to even ask a single question. But we know that no child nor person is all wise or wicked, always simple, or never with a question. These qualities are aspects of all of us, each one at various times in our lives and even in our day. We bring our full selves with all of our complexity to the Seder this evening to experience redemption. And that's part of what the Seder is doing. It's bringing together all of us, all the parts of us, all these different components of ritual food. Everything comes together to be whole, to be complete, because only when we have all of ourselves together can we really become free. We continue on page 6 with the story of the Passover Seder. My father was a wandering Aramean. He went down to Egypt with meager numbers and lived there. But there he became a great and populous nation. The Egyptians dealt harshly with us and oppressed us. They imposed heavy labor upon us. We cried to the Eternal One, the God of our ancestors, who heard our plea and saw our plight, our misery and our oppression. Then the Eternal One freed us from Egypt by a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, with awesome powers and by signs and portents. We have now reached the 10 plagues. There is a custom to take a drop out of your cup for every single plague. And we do this because even though we are glad and grateful that we are free, we know that our freedom came at the cost of others' suffering. We know that the people of Egypt, the everyday people, suffered because their king was stubborn and would not grant us freedom. And each of these plagues were suffering to them. So for each plague, I'm going to take a drop of my juice out of my cup. In Judaism, a full cup is a symbol of joy, of celebration. And so each drop that we take out of our cup reminds us that we have to diminish our joy a little bit because other people suffered for it. So we'll say it in Hebrew and English, and I invite you to read along with me. Bottom of page 6. Dam, blood. Svardea, frogs. Kinim, lice. Arov, beasts. Dever, cattle disease. Shchin, boils. Barad, hail. Arbe, locusts. Choshech, darkness. And the final plague, Makat Bechorot, the slaying of the firstborn. We continue to page 7 in our Haggadah. So the word dayenu means enough, was enough for us. And on Passover, while we are celebrating our freedom, we are also thanking God for all God has given us. And with the song Dayenu, we are saying, even if you had only done this for us, it would have been enough. But God, you have done so much more. So let's sing Dayenu on page 7. I'm going to sing according to the transliteration, which is written slightly differently than the Hebrew. So bottom of page 7. Ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, hotzianu mi Mitzrayim, dayenu, 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 Ilu natan lanu et hashabat, natan lanu et hashabat, dayenu, 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 dayenu. Ilu natan lanu et haTorah, natan lanu et haTorah, dayenu, 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 Dai, Dayenu, 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 Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dai, Dayenu, Dayenu, Dayenu. So one of the activities we can do over Passover is to think about all of the things in our lives that we're grateful for. And then we can say Dayenu. If I had only had a beautiful place to live, it would have been enough. Dayenu. But on top of that, I get to work with a wonderful community. Dayenu. And we can continue. Dayenu is a reminder for all of the things that we get to have in our lives, which is a good thing to remember, especially when things are difficult. So it's a good thing to be reminded of. We're going to continue to page 8 in our Haggadah with the matzah. So here I have my matzah bag. Inside of it are 3 compartments where my matzah is sitting. So I'm going to get a piece of matzah, and you all should have a piece of matzah. Here's my matzah. And we're going to say the 2 blessings over the matzah. The first is hamotzi, which we say over bread anyway. The second is a special blessing just for matzah, because we are so thankful that we get to eat this special food. So let's read both blessings together on page 8, and then we will eat our matzah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. Now you can eat your matzah. We continue to page 9. Now we get to talk about the maror, the horseradish. This is my horseradish root. It's our bitter herb. We eat a bitter vegetable or bitter herb on Passover to remind us of the bitterness of oppression, which we felt under the Egyptians when we were slaves. It's also a powerful reminder of the bitterness of oppression of all people, and how important it is that every day we commit ourselves to making sure that no one in the world is ever oppressed again. So we're going to eat our maror after the blessing on the top of page 9. You should probably have a little bit of horseradish in front of you. So say the blessing and then take a taste. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat maror. That's hot. So after the maror, you can have some of that charoset, the apple and nut mixture that you should have in front of you to help cool down your mouth a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of charoset here. That's better. Every family has their own recipe for charoset. In my family, we use apples, walnuts, cinnamon, and wine or grape juice. Some people put in dates. I've even heard mangoes. I've heard raisins. Whatever you put in your charoset is fine. There's no required recipe. The goal is that your charoset, here and on the Seder plate, that your charoset reminds you of mortar that goes between bricks. because the charoset is a reminder of the bricks our ancestors made in Egypt. So that's why we have it at the Seder meal. Now, in a little while, you're going to have a delicious Seder dinner. So we're going to take a moment and just say thank you for all of the good food that we're going to eat over tonight's meal and over the rest of our week. So I'm in the middle of page 9, reading in the English, the blessing after our meal. We praise you, Holy One, our God, ruler of the universe, who has given us freedom, provided food for us and for the world, and enabled us to gather together for this Seder. We praise you, Holy One, our God, creator of life, maker of peace, and we express our gratitude to you for all that we have. Amen. We sing together on the bottom of page 9. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imeru. Amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens above make peace for us, for all Israel, for all who dwell on earth, and we say, Amen. We continue on page 10 for Eliyahu Hanavi. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimera ve'yameinu, Yavo Eleinu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David. And we invite the prophet Elijah to come to our Seder to share our wine or juice and to help bring us peace. We're going to turn to page 13 in our Haggadah. And this is a Passover song called Echad Mi Yodea, Who Knows One. So you can follow along with me in the Hebrew on 13, or you can read the English on 14. Echad mi yodea, Echad ani yodea, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Shebashamayim uba'aretz, Shnayim mi yodea, Shnayim ani yodea, Shnei luchot habrit, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Shebashamayim uba'aretz, Shlosha mi yodea, Shlosha ani yodea, Shlosha avot, Shnei luchot habrit, Echad Eloheinu, 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 Shebashamayim uba'aretz, Shlosha asar mi yodea, Shlosha asar ani yodea, Shlosha asar midaya, Shnem asar shivtaya, 11 כוכביה, 10 דיבריה, 9 ירחי לידה, 8 ימי מילה, 7 ימי שבתה, 6 סדרי משנה, 5 חומשי תורה, 4 אמהות, 3 אבות, 2 לוחות הברית, 1 אלוהינו, 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 שבשמיים ובארץ. Just so we all know what all of that means, I'll read the final paragraph on the bottom of 14. Who knows 13? I know 13. 13 are the attributes of God. 12 are the tribes of Israel. 11 are the stars of Joseph's dream. 10 are the commandments of Sinai. 9 are the months to childbirth. 8 are the days to circumcision. 7 are the days of the week. 6 are the orders of the Mishnah. 5 are the books of the Torah. 4 are our matriarchs. 3 are our patriarchs. 2 are the tablets of the covenant. And 1 is our God in heaven and on earth. So I'll invite you to turn to page 15 for probably the most famous song of all of the Seder, Chad Gad Ya, One Little Goat. Now this song is in Aramaic, a cousin language to Hebrew, and it talks about a little goat who has a very rough time. So we will sing it in the Aramaic, and then I'll read the final paragraph in the English because that gives you the summation of the story. Page 15. Chad Gad Ya, Chad Gad Ya, Dizvan Abba Bitre Zuze, Chad Gad Ya, Chad Gad Ya, Ve'ata Shunra Ve'achal Legadia, Dizvan Abba Bitre Zuze, Chad Gad Ya, Chad Gad Ya, Ve'ata Chalba Ve'nashach Leshunra De'achal Legadia, Dizvan Abba Bitre Zuze, Chad Gad Ya, Chad Gad Ya, Ve'ata Chutra Ve'chika Lechalba, De'nashach Leshunra De'achal Legadia, Dizvan Abba Bitre Zuze, Chad Gad Ya, Chad Gad Ya, Ve'ata Kadosh Baruch Hu, Ve'shachat lemelech hamavet, De'shachat le'shochet, De'shachat le'torah, De'shata le'maya, De'chava le'nora, De'sharaf le'chutra, De'chika le'chalba, De'nashach le'shunra, De'achal le'gadia, Dizvan Abba Bitre Zuze, Chad Gad Ya, Chad Gad Ya. So I'm on the bottom of 16. Here's the English summation of what we just heard in Aramaic. Then came the Holy One and killed the angel of death, who killed the shochet, who killed the ox, that drank the water, that quenched the fire, that burnt the stick, that beat the dog, that bit the cat, that ate the kid my father bought for 2 zuzim. Chad Gad Ya, Chad Gad Ya. So we're going to turn to 17. We're wrapping up our Seder now. And and we're going to sing Avadim Hayinu. Now the Hebrew and the transliteration, which is the Hebrew written in English letters, are different. So I'm going to be singing the transliteration. Avadim Hayinu, Hayinu, Ata benechorin, benechorin, Avadim Hayinu, Ata benechorin, benechorin, Avadim Hayinu, Ata benechorin, benechorin. We were once slaves in Egypt, and now we are free. We are so grateful that we are free. So we'll turn to page 19, and we're going to read together the English, the very last page of our Haggadah. Let's read together. When Israel went forth out of Egypt, house of Jacob, from the people of a foreign tongue, Judah became God's holy place. Israel became God's seat of rule. The sea beheld and fled. The Jordan turned, reversed its flow. The mountains danced about like rams, the hills like flocks of lambs. What's wrong with you, O sea, that you shall flee? And you, O Jordan, that you turn around? You mountains, why do you rejoice like rams? You hills like flocks of lambs. Tremble, earth, before the mighty one, before the God of Jacob, who turns the rock into a pool of water and flint into a bubbling font. Leshana haba'a, Leshana haba'a, Leshana haba'a b'Yerushalayim, Leshana haba'a, Leshana haba'a, Leshana haba'a b'Yerushalayim, Leshana haba'a, Leshana haba'a b'Yerushalayim, Leshana haba'a, Leshana haba'a b'Yerushalayim. Next year, may we be together. Next year, may we be in health. And next year, may we be in Jerusalem, in body, in mind, or in spirit. Chag Sameach, have a wonderful Passover.